What do these boys and girls know about climate and the environment? Adeni Ilawal of Dairy Farm Senior Secondary School came tops in an essay competition organized by the Lagos State Ministry of the Environment to test Lagos students' knowledge of climate and environment issues.
Climate has to do with the weather conditions of a particular place or environment. Environment is a collective term for the condition in which an organization is, that is, the temperature, light, water, the human, and others. The effect of climatic condition on the environment could be advantageous and could contribute to human survival and continuity. It could be negative in the sense that it could be a threat to the environment as a whole.
What more do they know?
What is global warming? Global warming occurs when the ozone layer is destroyed due to the releasing of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. For those who do not know, the ozone layer is the natural layer that protects the earth from the sun's rays. For example, when you are in a cold atmosphere, you might use a duvet or a blanket to cover yourself to reduce the effects. But when the duvet is removed or perforated, you begin to experience such disasters as the common cold, pneumonia, or you might even freeze to death. This is what happens when the ozone layer is destroyed.
Then, a structure is necessary to keep the youth in the forefront of the effort to preserve our earth, our lives. The Clarion Call is for the launch of the Climate Change Club in schools all over Lagos State. The Lagos State Government, led by Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola, SAN, the State Governor, rolled out the drums for the launch of the Climate Change Club. The venue was the Nigeria Police College Ikeja on Thursday, the 20th of March, 2008. The event was an eloquent statement of the government's attitude towards climate change.
The formation of the Climate Change Club in our public schools is a major step we are taking to stimulate greater public interest in and awareness of climate issues. We are aware that there are divergent perspectives about the reality of climate change and its implications. Indeed, one school of thought believes that climate is constant and cannot change, while another affirms the reality of the phenomenon as demonstrated by the scientific, environmental, and meteorological indices that now face us globally. Our position in Lagos State is that climate change is real and has to be confronted headlong. If we must deliver on our promise of environmental sustainability, we must take the indices of climate change and global warming seriously.
We are here today not just to contemplate what is happening to our world or to mourn about our problem in helpless surrender, but to ask, what can we do to save our city and perhaps our world? To paraphrase Oyelero and Yemira, children should be central, if not the principal focus of our redemptive effort to mitigate and adapt to climate change and its consequences.
The consequences of this action include deflection of the ozone layer, global warming, greenhouse effect, and desertification.
But the specific question we must ask ourselves today is, what role do our children have to play? How can their voices be heard, louder and clearer? If it was Noah's law to construct the ark that recorded in the holy books, which preserved our species and other forms of life thousands of years ago during the Great Flood, I believe it just might be the lot of the children today to construct the redeeming ark that might save our city and perhaps our world. This is why we are today launching the Climate Change Club in Lagos schools, generally inclusive of the primary schools now.
But are the children ready to construct the Noah's Ark to protect us from climate change?
My project is called the Solaris. It is a cheap and easy way to warm one's food without using electricity or producing cancer-causing radiation. The Solaris saves 5,000 naira every month because you spend that same amount on your microwave. The normal microwave is expensive and hard to maintain, but the Solaris is a cheap and environmentally sound solution to global warming in the case of food. How does the microwave cause global warming, you might ask? You have to link everything together. Microwaves use electricity that burns coal or gas to produce carbon dioxide, which when let out into the air joins the other gases such as chlorofluorocarbons and nitrogen. So do the environmentally and economically wise thing and use the Solaris.
And what more are we doing to save the situation?
The Lagos State Ministry of Environment hopes that by sowing the seed of change early in the lives of our children, they will bring forth fruit that will challenge our sense of complacency, even lethargy, about little things that matter, like turning off the light bulb when we don't need them, disposing of our waste efficiently and properly, walking to our neighbor's house around the corner instead of driving, or just letting in fresh air instead of using the air conditioner.
1, 2, 3, 4. Brothers and sisters, mommies and daddies. Brothers and sisters, mommies and daddies.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Come together, make it clean. Come together, make it clean.
9, 10, 11, 12.
Cut a tree and plant a tree. Cut a tree and plant a tree. Where is my chair? To make a chair, a tree must die. To make a chair, a tree must die.
Oil spillage will kill the fishes.
Oil spillage will kill the fishes. Fumes and gas will foul the air.
Fumes and gas will foul the air. Gamma rays will kill our skin.
Gamma rays will kill our skin. Acid rain will kill our earth. Acid rain will kill our earth. It's time for all of us to act. It's time for all of us to act.
To plant a tree to shield our earth.
To plant a tree to shield our earth. This is on paper. This is on paper. Lying on the floor. Lying on the floor. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. Beat them up. All right. Beat them up. Beat them up. This is for the forest. This is for the people. Cutting down the trees. Cutting down the trees. Try to plant another one. Try to plant another one. Preserve them well for others to use.
The state government has put practical measures in place to make life in Lagos safer and more comfortable.
Our administration is currently installing 3 environmental monitoring stations to determine ambient air quality and to establish baseline data towards air quality standardization and control. And in order to combat flooding, erosion, and forestall other mishaps, your government has embarked upon communal dredging, construction, and maintenance of canals and drainage channels. We are equally determined to drastically reduce vehicular emission by vehicles on our roads. This is why we have just recently launched the BLT system on the Mile 12 to CMS Marina route. We believe that this will help us reduce the amount of emissions by encouraging people to use the buses rather than all of us putting our cars on the road at the same time. Furthermore, Operation Green Lagos has been given priority by this administration in the last 8 months through the beautification projects, including enumeration and tagging of trees. Somebody once asked me what we will gain by greening Lagos. The answer is simple. We will sustain the environment, we will sustain life, we will sustain longevity, and we will promote good health.
But the present administration in Lagos State does not take all the credit for this laudable policy.
Yet, I must say that we are building on the solid foundation laid by the administration of the former governor, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who incidentally is the honorary consultant to the Clinton Foundation, a group which, among other things, is dedicated to promoting climate change. It was under his administration, ably assisted by the wife, Chief Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, that climate change advocacy started. We salute the effort and pledge to take the campaign to the new level we are taking it now.
And the students received a pat on the back for their awareness of the challenges of climate change and their willingness to confront them in quest for a safer, healthier world. So, they now have their climate change club.